Hi everybody, this is Bug-Ass Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the McFarlane Toys Netflix Witcher Kikimora figure. So before we take a look at the Kikimora, let's take a look at the only accessory that it comes with, an alternate head sculpt. So taking a look at this alternate head sculpt, it looks so good. This is from when Geralt kills it in the pilot episode for The Witcher, and as I said, this just looks really, really nice. The sculpted detail and the expression on its face looks really good. And then this head sculpt is covered in blood. It looks very nice. And it actually has a hole in its mouth where you can shove Geralt's sword through. So that is really awesome. That looks really, really good. I think the sword that's meant to go in the head of this is the Witcher Mode Season 1 Geralt's sword. But this one does work. It just doesn't go all the way through. But yes, that looks really, really awesome still. So there is a look at the normal head sculpt, and all of the sculpted detail looks really good. The lines in the forehead, the texturing to the skin, that paint variation looks very, very nice. The rotted teeth, and even just the paint detail inside the mouth looks very, very nice. All of the limbs have some really good sculpt detail to them. That texturing looks very nice. And then it has claws on the end of its limbs. Done a glossy black collar. That looks really good. And it has 8 limbs, and all of the limbs have that same sculpt and paint detail to them. On the back of the figure, this sculpted detail looks really nice. The bones showing through the skin on the back look very nice. Very grotesque details. Underneath of it has some really good sculpt detail as well. Although there you can see where it says Netflix and Made in China. I didn't notice that until I just turned that over. So yeah, this figure is really, really nice. And these legs hold it up very nicely. That was something I was really surprised about. Even if you have the front legs up like that, it can still hold itself up very nicely. The joints on this figure feel really tight, with the exception of these two. That's why I've kind of kept them up like this. With the exception of these two, these feel a little loose, but the rest of the legs feel really tight and like they're not going to get loose if you pose the figure around very much. So I think that's really good. I do feel like they could have used ratchet joints for all of the shoulders there, where the limbs attach to the body. That way the limbs wouldn't give out as much. Down here on the feet, I guess you'd call them, to the limbs, these are on ratchet joints. That way the feet don't give out on the figure. But as I said, I do feel like they could have been up here as well. So now let's go ahead and go over the articulation. It has a ball jointed head that can look up all the way. It can look down just a little bit. It can move side to side and spin all the way around. It's got some really nice movement there. The front 2 legs move up and down. You can spin them all the way around, but it is a little bit difficult. They spin right here at the base. Double jointed, I guess you'd call them elbows, that can bend in all the way. A single joint right here that can bend in that far. And as I said, the feet, I guess you'd call them, are ratcheted. And they move up all the way, down all the way, and side to side. And on the rest of the limbs, they don't have that swivel right there. They just have articulation right here that moves up and down and side to side. And the movement, I prefer the movement on these a little bit better. I think because these have the articulation up here and here is the reason that they've gotten so loose. But yeah, the articulation on the rest of these legs, they move up here. They have double joints right here like this leg does. And then the articulation down here. So the articulation on all the legs is pretty nice. As I said, the only drawback is that these do seem to be getting a little loose, the front 2. But at least the main legs that I have it standing on have stayed pretty tight. But the more you pose around, it could get looser, I guess. So for the only size comparison, here the Kikimora is next to my repainted Geralt figure. So overall, I would highly recommend picking this up because this is a really, really awesome figure. My only complaint is that the front 2 limbs have gotten really loose. I was actually trying to keep this up when I did my size comparison there, but it just kept coming down. Now, this left side is better about that. It does stay up, but as you can see, this right side just wants to fall down. So other than that, this is a really, really awesome figure. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.